With weeks soon counting down to days left until the 2011 general election, the race for the 18th District Legislature is a hot topic, especially in Glen Cove, with both candidates for the legislature from the city and on the offensive. I caught up with Republican candidate Robert Germino to learn about his platform and discuss the issues. The hot topic this year, of course, is the budget. I know you proposed, the county employees paying, I think, 20% into their health benefits?
25%.
25% into their health benefits. What other things can we do to manage the budget?
Well, I'm glad you did bring up the having all county employees contribute to the cost of health care. I mean, this is a tremendous burden right now on everyone. In fact, I read a study the other day that was done by a group called Aon Hewitt, and they said that next year they're forecasting health care costs would increase about 7%. And they said that the average employee in a large company contributes about 22% to the cost of their health care.
Now, the budget, I believe, is over $2 billion in Nassau County?
Correct.
Okay. And you said that the employees paying into their health care would cost about $20 million. Do you have any other solutions cutting waste out of the budget?
Well, yeah, I've seen some estimates up to $68 million by having all county employees. I think another estimate was up to $100 million a year. There are other ways of saving money, such as dealing with the assessment issue. The assessment's been a tremendous problem for Nassau County. It has about $1.3 billion of debt due to borrowing for assessment refunds, and this is something that obviously occurred also in Glen Cove. My opponent, along with the rest of her colleagues, continued to borrow to pay for assessment refunds, despite the deputy New York State Comptroller saying this is not something you should do. So I support the county, the repeal of the county guarantee.
Will the repealing of the county guarantee have any effect on school districts throughout the county?
Well, it's not only going to have an effect on school districts outside of Glen Cove, because I don't know if you know this, but in Glen Cove right now, it is the only school district that has its taxpayers contribute to the county guarantee, but its taxpayers don't get anything in return. And this is not something the school district did. This is not even something the city of Glen Cove did. This is just an unfortunate circumstance due to county and state law, because Glen Cove is the only school district that has coterminous boundaries with the city. But yes, everyone is going to have to contribute to the cost of the assessment refund. And look, I've stated this numerous times. The former Democrat County Comptroller Howard Weissman said this is something that is the fair thing to do to ensure that everyone contributes to the cost of the assessment refunds, because in Nassau County it takes only about 17% of every dollar, 17 cents on every dollar of tax dollars, and meanwhile it has to refund 100% of that, and it's not fair. As I said, it's $1.3 billion of debt. It costs the county $100 million in new assessment refunds each year, another $150 million in debt service. So this is a problem for many years, and I think by repealing the county guarantee, we not only have the support of a former Democrat county comptroller, but we also have the support of Grant Thornton, who was a hired consultant for NIFA, and I think this is the right solution.
You've received criticism from your Democratic opponents who said that you didn't take a stance on the Coliseum election. How do you respond to that?
Well, firstly, I'd like to state that unlike what my opponent may have said, I never stated that I supported a Coliseum tax. I stated that I support private investment in that area. I know most recently now they're talking about putting I believe a bioscience research center there. So these are all good things, and I think really we have to get private investment in that area. Now, there is another possibility that the county executive is looking at, working with Governor Cuomo, getting some state grants to maybe to help refurbish the Coliseum. But ultimately, the people said no to taxes. We have too many taxes in New York State and Nassau County. They don't want another tax, and I agree with them.
Okay, and last year you ran against State Assemblyman Charles Levine.
Yes.
You came up short. Pretty close election,
Mhm.
but you actually won all 19 districts in Glen Cove. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to win support in other towns like Old Westbury
Mhm.
and Hicksville, I think. Other towns like that. How will you win the support there? And do you know their issues? Have you talked to residents over there?
Yes. I mean, some of the areas that I ran in last year overlap this year. Seacliff is one of them. Bayville is another one. Parts of Oyster Bay. And look, the message that all the residents have been telling the candidates and the elected officials is the taxes. I haven't met one person that said, they want more taxes. They don't pay enough property taxes. They want less taxes. They want to be able to live in the area. Someone told me the other day one of their kids getting ready to move and go down to North Carolina because that's more affordable than New York. And I know because when I got out of the military, I was looking for a place to live. I was looking for a job. And it's really unfortunate that we continue to scare people away with these taxes and a burdensome government regulation that really kills initiative in the private sector.
For Patch.com, I'm Michael Bruscini.